Hey gang, my name is Patrick Martone, and today we're going to be doing a valve adjustment on a inline 6-cylinder Mack engine. Tools we're going to be using today are the 36mm socket, breaker bar, 1/2-inch drive, 16 and 24 thousandths feeler gauges, metric set of hex key wrenches, 13mm socket, ratchet, 6-inch extension, 15mm wrench, and a torque wrench. Now, first thing that we're going to have to do is remove these covers. On top of these covers, you have your valve adjustment specifications according to your manufacturer, depending on whatever vehicle you're doing. For the exhaust, we have 24, and for the intake, we have 16. Now, to remove these, it's a 15mm wrench. If you come over here, those sit right in here. You just remove them, they pop off pretty easily. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that these are sitting right on top and that your engine is properly aligned. We have a marker down here to make sure that the valves are closed, so that's just a quick access way that we have it. Now, we're going to be using a 15mm wrench. Right here we have the spring. You want to make sure you're pushing down on that because there's a little bit of play, and you want this to 24 to fit in there and just have a little bit of drag. Right now, you know, there's some, but when we're holding it down, we got a lot more. So we're gonna go ahead and loosen up. Now we can adjust this and the tightness. See, now it's super loose, much looser than it was before, but we want it tight. Now we don't have as much play when we push down on it, but we still need a little bit tighter. A little too tight. That should do it. From there, we want to put our hex key in. Make sure not to move it. And we tighten it. One good snug turn should do it. Next, we're going to be doing our intake. If you come over here, and this is properly aligned, you can rotate these. And that's how you know this one right here, it won't. Now, for our intake, it's 16 thousandths. We want to make sure this is loose. There's no spring here, so we don't have to push down on it. You don't have to worry about that as much. Got a lot of play. That should do it. Thank you. Got that locked down and tight. Now, the firing order for this is 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, and then 4. So when we do the adjustments, we go 1, 2, and we pop over to here for this intake, and this exhaust right here. We move over here to the intake, cylinder 4, and then the exhaust on cylinder 5.
go ahead and get tightened down. And that's set. Tighten her back up. Now onto the exhaust. They don't always match up in size, but when you gotta change up, you gotta change up. So this is exhaust. We're gonna be doing the 24. Remember, we got that spring, so you're gonna make sure that it's depressed. You push down on the back. Go. Awkward spacing.
Yeah.
There we go. Now the intake on number 4. Oop. Back down to the 15. Cleaning the intake, it's going to be 16 thousandths. Nice and tight. Next, the exhaust. $24. Tighten her down. And from there, my assistant instructor Jeff is going to take over with the engine rotation. Now remember, we have our line marking, so we know exactly where everything is right now. We want that line to go all the way around. A little late in the video, you want to make sure you're wearing your safety glasses. You have any rings removed, any long hair restrained back in some sort of hat, ponytail. Just being safe. Now that we've got it fully rotated, we check up here.
All right, picking up where he left off. Now, since 1 through 6 was done, now we go back 6 through 1 and hit everything else. So this is 6. We're gonna do exhaust and intake. So let's see. Exhaust is 24 thousandths. So let's see. A little too much play. Tighten it up. All right, Okay, so now we got a little drag. That's good. Alright. Now we tighten it up. Recheck it. That's good. And now we do the intake. Intake is 16 thousandths. It's a little loose. Loosen the locking nut so we can turn. Get it all nice and snug. There you go. Got some little bit of drag there. Recheck it. There you go. That's good. Alright, this order from here, the previous guy, he did 1 through 5, doing 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5. So now on the back side, we did this one. Now we do the exhaust. We do the intake on 5, the exhaust on 4, and the intake on 3, and the exhaust on 2, and then we're done.
And if you loosen these locking nuts in the beginning, you know, when you're coming back through, you can tell which ones you haven't done yet because they'll still be loose.
Do this intake real quick. 16 thousandths. You know, it's almost snug. Loose a little bit. There we go. It's nice and snug. Tighten it down. Tighten it down. It's good. Recheck it. There we go. It's nice and snug. All right, moving to the exhaust on cylinder 4. Okay. Let's see. 24 thousandths. Let's see. See, that's too tight. Way too tight. So, loosen this bad boy up a little bit.
Goodness.
Alright, there we go. Alright. Using exhaust, 24 thousandths. Push down on the spring. Still too much. I'm gonna loosen it. So now we start tightening it a little bit and get it all nice and snug. There we go. Now you can feel that resistance. Recheck this real quick. Good. Tighten it. Alright. Moving on. After we're done 4, now we're doing the intake on 3. Using our 16,000. You see this can't get under there, so we gotta loosen it up. Alright. That's loose. Alright, so now we got a lot of play. Let's tighten it down some. Alright, so now we got the right amount of resistance. It's nice and snug in there. And tighten the lock nut. Alright. Let's recheck this real quick. Alright, good job. Oh yeah. Alright, moving on from 3 to the exhaust of 2. And with our 24 thousandths, push down on this, see what we got. It's almost snug, a little too tight. Alright, got that off. So push down on it, check it again. Alright, so now it's too loose. Bring it back. Alright, so now you can see like you can feel that resistance. It's not all. Tighten the lock nut down. Then go back, check it, and then it's good. It's got that resistance in there. And then that's it. That's setting the valves 6 to 1.